This is why I really prefer working in as little apps at a time as possible. Hi guys, my name is Baradante, and I look like Kenny. And also, welcome back to the Witness number 2 horror game character creation process. So I did a few things to our grandma since the last episode. Mainly I added the hair, which is like, whatever, I spent like maybe half an hour setting it up. It's cool. Generally, she kinda looks like a doll right now. I think it's due to the lack of actual different redness and different roughness of the skin material everywhere, so she looks very unrealistic. I updated the eyeballs a little bit with the new shape, kind of like lemon shaped holes, and also I made them even a little bit smaller than I did last time. I think it looks pretty good now. And obviously I was busy texturing right in Blender here. It just one thing led to another. I was preparing the thumbnail for the previous video, and I ended up, well, doing a lot of things. Yeah, well, this is the skin, this is the dress. A lot of things going on there. Pretty much not a single photo was used to texturize any of this, and just a whole lot of procedural noises and whatever to achieve this kind of look that totally kills the Terminator right here on the surface. But yeah, I think I overdid it a little bit with the mud here. And generally, I definitely wanna move the process, not move, kind of restart the process in Substance Painter, especially because I really want to get rid of these giant cuts on her body. That wasn't the case, so I apparently increased the normal maps, both on the dress and on the skin at a certain point, and that's a bit over the top. So yeah, really looking forward to switching to Substance and starting to add actual flashy colors to the whole, to the mouth, you know, around the eyes, and adding different colors around the face, on the fingers, draw some fingernails and stuff like that. So that'll be cool. Let's go ahead and start doing that. Now, as you guys already know from the title of this video, it's going to be mostly about sending your model from Blender to Substance and how to actually make it work right now with the PBR Bridge plugin that I wanted to use not actually working. So yeah, look forward to this process. Now, I'm really new to the whole process of sending things over, so we'll see how that goes. I have this little PBR Bridge add-on for Blender, and so what I'm going to do is I assume, select all the meshes I need. Probably best to do it in rest position. And after selecting all of them, I'll hit sync maps and create shaders or something, and it'll send it to my installed Substance, that is 2022 version. Hopefully this thing still works. I remember it was giving me some kind of error last time I tried. But if anything, it's not that hard to just export these few meshes and open them in Substance. Since you just do it once, you don't even have to bring them back here. You just work on the textures there. So yeah, I'll just have to make sure I have all the UVs in place. I definitely have that on the body. I think I have that on the dress. Ah! What the hell? No. Why did the dress disappear? I can't proceed. Ah! There you... that. It's fine. I mean, before we actually started adding real textures to anything, I would use the space a little bit better here, if I can. I mean, it's fine to do it upside down, right? And it will definitely fit in way better. Like, way better. Obviously, everything is procedural at the moment, so nothing will be actually affected here all that much. Just throwing the dice a bit differently on all the noises, and that's about it. Now, shoes, I assume they don't really have anything, they don't even really have a real material or something. I mean, it's only used for them, so that will be shoes. I would also like to send over the eyeballs to see the model with them, but I wonder if it'll be able to do it at all. Yeah, so when I selected everything, created like this mix of meshes, like a pack of meshes that it agrees to send to Substance, and now I have this button, edit with Substance. Oh, that shoe. I assume that shoe as well. Yeah, they don't have UVs. We should add those. Should I like combine both shoes into a one mesh? Can I even do that when they're already rigged? I'll join them. Let's see what happens. Seems like it joined them. Well, yeah, they just have what? Their vertex groups dedicated to each vertex. Then I just joined the vertexes. It totally got compatible. So I combined two meshes and they're still rigged and everything. That's kind of cool. Awesome. So let's do that UV thing. Spirals all over the place, of course. Not on that one though. They're totally different. That's great. Control Alt S? Yep, that's marking a seam right there. Actually, no, should probably do it differently. Why would I do it like that? There are obvious loops to work with here. Not even a spiral. Oh, sure. I don't know, something like that to have less stretching and whatever. Alright, looking good. Good enough. Alright, let's see. Oh no, I forgot to do the rest position. I wonder if it'll send it in this position. I mean, first of all, it will probably fail to send it at all. Almost seems like it's not even doing anything anymore. Yeah, nothing's happening. What about... What the hell? Did it create like a copy? Who are you, imposter lady? I don't get it. So this is all the times I tried to send her to Substance with that plugin. That is a lot of copies. This looks disturbing. Oh, that's where you were at. Get out of here, imposters. So what about if I send over just one mesh, for instance? Seems like it's triggering something at least. And still nothing. Well, can't blame it too much, the add-on I mean, because Substance recently updated a lot, and there's a bunch of new upgrades under the hood as well, so I guess something technically changed a lot, and that's why things went bonkers with the add-on. I hope the developer will update this soon enough, but for now let's just export it as an FBX file, I guess. Apply modifiers, well yeah, yes please. Maybe that's where the issue is actually, because one of the meshes is an asset with things that are locked. Is it at all alive? Couldn't load 3D model. Yeah, something's wrong on Blender's side in just exporting the thing. What if I export just the dress as an FBX? Is it still gonna not work? It's a mesh, right? I'm not crazy. Anyway, let's export. So what about Windows Viewer? There you go, now there's an actual mesh in there. I'm telling you, it's the eyeballs. Blender can't handle the asset thing. Okay, so when I just export one normal mesh and I just create a new document, it just normally works. So I think it's about the eyeballs at the very least. Let's just not touch the eyeballs. Send these three meshes. Well, Substance opened it. Good enough for me. I feel like subdividing those shoes at least once. Yeah, simple as that. Okay. Did it have a black background before? I chose an Unreal Engine preset. Alright guys, I don't know how much of everything that just happened I'll edit out because I've been trying hard to make the exporting plugin work and it just doesn't work. But apparently I even had to, like, I duplicated the mesh. I don't think it was necessary, but I don't think Blender can actually export these eyeballs normally. Maybe because it can't really apply modifiers, and that's kind of the thing that the exporter is supposed to do. So I went ahead and tried right now in the future to actually remove the multi-resolution modifier from the asset of the eyeball. And now I don't have them right here, like they only have the local modifiers, which means nothing stands in the way of exporting them inside of FBX. So if I just go ahead and select all the meshes and normally export as FBX, hopefully it works. It was really fast. Now I'll create a new document. Now I select this new FBX and let's see what happens. There we go, full model, and even eyeballs are hideable and everything, so this is the way I'm gonna be proceeding with this model. That's on exporting the mesh side. The texture side, my past self will talk about later in this video. But anyway, I got these meshes into Substance right now, and already I'm seeing one big upgrade in our workflow comparing to the Grandpa's workflow is the fact that we have 3 separate shaders, and that means like layers or whatever things we can turn off, hide away while working, thanks to the fact that there are 3 different materials applied to these 3 different meshes. That'll help a lot with shading. And yeah, also a big upgrade that happened to Substance, like the biggest upgrade to me is the fact that there's proper scaling of the interface on my high pixel density display, so now nothing is too huge and at the same time nothing is fuzzy. I have 1:1 pixel resolution here, which looks way better than before. Okay, so let's start. Can I calf skin? Done. I mean, I like dragging and dropping, not gonna lie. Oh man, everything is so better to find and navigate when the interface is normally scaled. Yeah, I think this will be a good base. I mean, not as bumpy, but we can really tone it down and it will be a good base. By the way, I'm loving the fact that if you hold shift, anything becomes a lot easier to tweak in a much more subtle fashion. So it's like exactly the same way it does it in Blender, and that's awesome. This is so useful. Oh, they even have different roughness on the bumps and everything. Yeah, it's cool to have like a base like this, so wherever you don't touch anything, it'll be just this. Kinda cool. Also, we could use like triplanar projection to avoid all of these ugly seams. It still has a problem with the scaling. I wonder why. No, it's all just the same. Actually, it's totally evenly scaled, which is great. So we now just scale it up, and I assume automatically, yeah, all the seams are faded out. Where's that feather parameter? Hardness, right? Yeah, so this is the seams. And this is the magical thing about triplanar projection, that you can go ahead and use fading of the seams everywhere, and you just cover things like that. It's so cool, like the best invention ever. Like such a huge help, because a lot of the times you just want to cover with a basic tiling material or a texture your things and then like continue texturing them or whatever. And having to deal with the seams and everything every time, that would be such a bummer. But still, we have this one issue though. Inverting the normals. That sucks so much. I don't even know if that's possible to fix. I've never seen anyone fixing it. If you remove the normals from the equation, there's 0 seam anywhere. But if you bring it back, it has this stupid problem of inverting things. The next thing to fix, I guess. That's like actually the problem with the triplanar projection. So I'm thinking triplanar is still my best bet. As just a base, so I'm just gonna keep that. Alright, I wanna have something to start in Substance, so I'm gonna export using this cool Simple Bake exporter plugin right here. And I'll export simplified versions of this, like only with like a clean cloth on the dress. I said clean. Perfection. Now I'll clean up the skin as well, and the shoes don't really need anything. Alright, so here's our clean version of Grandma. I removed all the nodes with the mud and everything, because that's the kind of stuff you better do in Substance. And I only left some of the cavity maps showing just some redness and all the wrinkles and whatever, and a little bit of bump mapping on the cloth and on the skin. May be useful, maybe not, I don't know. But let's just go ahead and export this using simple bake right here. We need to be using cycle bake though, because I'm using pointiness node that finds the cavities, and that's not something Eevee engine can do. Taking its time here. Should I have turned off a cycles viewport? Probably always a good idea before starting something. Wow, it's going to take forever apparently, I had no idea. I don't need this badly. Is it because I chose a whole bunch of samples in cycles? Is that how it works? Okay, so I'm using like 16 samples right now. Oh, it reset it back actually. Okay, now let's give it a try. Maybe even less, I don't know. Let's go with 4. Please be considerably faster. I really want to do some texturing today, like right now preferably. Come on, show me at least 1%. Oh, there you go. It was preparing things and now it's fast. So that would be skin normal texture, right? Which is that one. Did it just update? Oh, there we go. That looks like a good texture right there. I hope that's okay. Yeah, those look like borders or something. This is why I really prefer working in as little apps at a time as possible. Like this whole evening is about transferring the work I did in Blender to Substance. And it's been a while. Why are the colors like that? I guess it's because of the tiny, very sharp texture of the cloth. At a distance it looks like that. I hope it's gonna look fine. Oh yeah, that's looking hot. Okay, another huge cut for you guys probably, but I've been baking textures using cycles mode in Simple Bake, meaning I was baking textures using the cycles engine. And at first it was taking forever, and then I realized that it's actually using the amount of samples I selected in render. So it was 512 samples. I switched to 4 and it became a totally usable renderer baker. So now I have a diffuse, like base color here, normals. I think they're fine. This is those areas where it's okay that it looks like that. Or maybe not. These are actually cavities of the mouth. I don't know. We'll see. It's still gonna be just a base. So now I'll import my resources, right? That's how I do it, I think. I go to the folder with the textures. Okay, so here are the textures. I'm importing them into the project. Import. So now I have it in my library. Nice. How exactly do I need to create a layer in order to... Oh, as a decal? Or like I gotta be able to create like a material layer or something. Does that mean if I create this layer, it will be covering everything? Yeah. So not the painting layer. It's pretty intuitive when you spend a little time with it. So base color, and immediately is here, and normal goes here. Why the hell are you inverted? Everything was exported for DirectX normals, and you are a DirectX normal project. Or is it just looking that bad? Like, it's definitely looking bad. How do you even check if the details are showing correctly in the normal? It's always such a trip to figure it out. And like, they're all getting flipped on the seams as well. Like, what's happening? Why is everything so much worse here? And this is terrible too. Oh, also the bump from the zombie bubbles skin is showing through, right? Yeah, so it's totally combining those automatically. Man, is there like an actual rendering button I need to turn on? Well, I guess I need to be choosing like actual photo environments in order to see anything, because when it's like black and white studio things, they look very off. This is still kind of off. Yeah, like in Blender, the rendering is way better as well and implemented like faster and nicer. Oh my god. Well, yeah, right now with like high contrast directional lighting, these normals look correct. So I think it's doing okay. Oh my god. Yeah, I knew it was gonna look epic. Can I edit this down somehow? This is insane. Oh, I guess like I'm in normal mode now and I can just... I'm not sure it's actually working. Oh, there you go, it actually updated. What the hell was that before then? So yeah, I can reintroduce it a little bit. That's even still a lot. Man, that texture is nuts. There you go, that's a decent cloth texture. The skin color is still very, very weird though. But yeah guys, here we are, and don't mind me sliding downwards as I always do in my videos, because I'm already tired to sit straight, so I'm gonna be sitting right here at the bottom. Yeah, something like this looks like a decent skin color to start with. The normal map, I think it's okay. You can never tell. In different apps, everything always looks wrong. Oh my god, I can paint with my... Oh yeah, it's so gonna be worth it. And I assume the biggest deal about Substance is this giant asset library. And it's not just some random, like, whatever, leave me alone, here's some assets. These are like legit useful, probably, like for all kinds of circumstances, so I will barely even ever need to get out of this library, because it has everything I need, most likely. There are whole materials, so I selected the alpha, and I assume I can like set up all kinds of jittering for it, and all kinds of jittering indeed. Kind of like this, a little bit of the, well, flow, a little bit of the size jitter, and a little bit of the position jitter. Also, please do not do this. I don't like changing size with pressure. Now, I sound like this is the first time of me using Substance, and it's almost true. I did texture the first witness, that grandpa, in here, but it's been like in June or something, and since then I never opened the app again, so I forgot everything. And this is like the main reason why I go to Substance to paint, so I would be able to like project the texture from the brush plane, like on the normal of the surface instead of projecting from camera. This is like, I did a whole video about this, how this is awesome. Yeah, those weird physical Harry Potter brushes. I don't know what the hell this is supposed to help with. So yeah, there's a lot of options here. On one hand, you can set things up in your brush and paint with it. Or, on the other hand, you can create like a fill layer. You can't paint on it. And you can just cover up the whole layer with like a color and set up to be, let's say, multiply or whatever you want. I won't use multiply, I'll use like an actual color. I need this flash color inside, something like that. And then I'll go height a little bit lower if we use black mask. And now I have a brush to work with. And I just define where this layer with this material that I set up here will be or won't be. So here it is, here's what height does. It turns it into like a hole. Man, the normals are messed up everywhere. That's such an ugly look. I like this pink color. I will probably change it, but so far I kind of like it. Okay then, back up here. I guess that'll be it for this episode. It's been a while since I started recording, so I guess this will be about setting up your model to work in Substance from Blender. One thing I definitely recommend now as I'm seeing it, do not bake your normal map with cycles or in any way. If you have a multi-resolution mesh like I do, I am using on the skin a proper normal map for the actual geometry. Oh my god, all the controls are gonna be messed up in my head now because different programs, different controls. Another reason why I don't like switching apps all the time in my pipeline. But yeah, right here I have this body normal, and this is a perfect normal map, but it's just from my sculpting, so it doesn't have any extra things that I did with it and then pushed into the displacement here. So I'll probably grab that and use that as the base, and it will be a much higher quality perfect normal map, and everything else I'll just add here in Substance, and hopefully Substance bakes normal maps better, or it doesn't really need to bake anything. I'm literally painting them. So yeah, all of these glitches will be gone by using just a multi-resolution normal map. And yeah, that's something I'm gonna do. And generally, a pretty cool workflow, even with the failed add-on to export things. You can definitely work here even without that. It's pretty easy, just simply export all of your meshes at once with defined different materials to them, so you would be able to turn things off, not even turn off, but be able to just paint on one surface like this without having to worry about the other surface, which is a problem I had with the grandpa. If you guys remember, when I imported him, he had one material for the whole character, old school way, and that was a big problem that really came back to bite me in the butt. So yeah, different materials for different objects, and wherever you want to have like separated painting surface, use separate materials for those things. And aside from that, very powerful setup and everything. We'll continue in the next episode working on this. We'll probably have like a legit painting process, and today it will be only setting things up. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know in the comments everything that I've been stupid about, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye! Man, she's even like looking great without all these shadows. I don't know why I wanted to turn them on so much. I mean, when you directly compare this to Eevee or Cycles, yeah, this is quite a downgrade, but this is not the way to work, that's for sure. Waiting like half a minute for it to show details in the darker side.